Business should be simple and fun. Not necessarily easy all the time, but for this to be sustainable long term, it's got to be simple and enjoyable. And if right now business is feeling harder, heavier, or slower than you know it needs to be, I'd say you're probably right. And if that's the case, it usually means that on some level, part of you still feels or believes that you need to go to war to get to peace. And I'm here to just say that's the long way home. It's a very expensive default way of operating, a very expensive way to make money and live continuously. And all things considered, it probably helped you get away from a really painful situation in life through some really hard seasons in business. And it probably even helped you create a lot of money, success, a whole new level of freedom. But most business owners, they're just operating and moving so fast, pushing so hard, applying so much force and pressure that they don't realize that this is the number one thing that's creating that unnecessary and invisible friction in their business, relationships, and life. And they're doing this because they don't want to go back to where they started. So if you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, business is feeling harder than it needs to be. I know how to make money. I've got the strategy. Something's in the way. Can't put my finger on it. It's this. It's the way that you're operating. So if that's the case, what I'd love to do is invite you to book a session in with me, because I would love to help you understand why business is feeling harder than it needs to be. And once you understand what's creating that invisible, unnecessary friction in your business and why, that's the first step in actually being able to simplify the way that you operate. And when you simplify the way that you operate, the way that you're doing business, that's the pathway to actually being able to enjoy making more money, which is the way business is meant to be. So if you'd like the info on what it looks like to book a session, just DM me the word info. I'll shoot a document over. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to read. It'll outline what I do, how I can help. You can ask me some questions, and we can just go from there. Talk to you soon.